In today's video, I want to teach you a strategy that I have used in my marketing for years now that helps me only speak to and target the buyers in any industry that I want to go into. So firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Penberthy. I'm the founder of AdClients.com, and we help you create, launch, and scale your business on the internet. And in today's video, I want to teach you a strategy that we have deployed in many of our marketing campaigns. In fact, it is one of the foundational pieces for the messaging of most campaigns that we put out. It's a strategy that we teach to our clients and our students, and they've had great success with it too. And I call it the timeline of your ideal customer. And if you understand this timeline, if you understand where on the timeline your customers are and your clients are that you want to be speaking to, it's going to make it so much easier to pinpoint and attract the buyers in that market. So let me share with you what we're talking about here. This right here represents the timeline of someone going on a journey of realization that they have a problem that needs a solution. So let's say you got the person out here the other end, and this is where they've paid for your product or service, right? They've actually signed up and they've got the result, right? They're super happy, they've got that same result. And then you've got the person down the other end who is the complete opposite. They do have two hands, two arms. They're the complete opposite. They don't even know that they have a problem that needs a solution. They are so far that way. So this is the full spectrum. Right? Someone who does not understand that they have a problem and in need of a solution, and someone that has actually signed up for your product and service. Now, people are going to go on their journey of realizing this issue that they have. Let's use an example or an example of something that everyone can resonate with, right? The weight loss industry. We all understand it. We can comprehend what we're talking about here. So let's say this person has no idea that they have a weight loss problem or have a problem with their weight. They're just completely clueless. Now, they start to move up the timeline. They start to realize that perhaps there is an issue. The first stop is just the thoughts start to come into their head. You know, perhaps I do have an issue with my weight. You know, actually I did notice that I got a bit out of breath, you know, running up those stairs. Actually, do you know what? I am recognizing that's quite a lot of food on one plate that perhaps is unhealthy for me. I'm starting to realize this stuff now, right? So they've moved up the timeline. Here's the issue. As people start to realize they may have an issue, they drop off, right? They go, do you know what? I'm starting to have these thoughts. Forget it. It's not a big deal. And they drop off. They are not going further up the timeline to becoming someone who would actually invest in their education to solve that problem. They're still unaware that they've even really got a problem. They move up further. Perhaps they decide, you know what, no, I really should be looking into this. So they start to look around online for training. They're not investing yet. They are just looking on YouTube for free information. They're asking a couple friends and whatever else. And so they start to think about it more. And then again, they drop off, right? Yeah, actually, I don't want to implement any of that stuff. They just forget, they procrastinate. It's not a big enough deal for them. Then they move up further. Perhaps this time they look for free information again, but they actually start to implement. They start to implement what they've learned. It did not work. They only gave it 2 days. And so they went back to eating how they were, not working out, same stuff. You get the idea. They're getting further and further up this timeline to becoming more like the type of person that you actually want to target and that you can help. Okay? They actually start to invest in some training. Training didn't work. They gave up. They managed to hold on, they stuck out for that diet a bit longer, still didn't work. And more you start to find that people are becoming more like the best client that you want. Now, here's what you need to learn from this. This down here, you do not want to target people down this end of the timeline. I'll explain how we target them or don't target them in just a moment, but we don't want to target these people. Okay? Because right here, is where we would really, it's like babysitting someone. Like we're babysitting someone and trying to pull them across the finish line. They're not desperate enough yet for a solution. They're not committed to finding a solution. They're kind of like dipping their toe in the water. They're not really serious. And so if you were even to get some money from these people, if you were to offer them your products and service, you're likely not going to get them a result that's going to be fulfilling for you because they're not at a place where they're actually going to go all in. You're also, if you're going this side, here is where you're actually having to even convince them that they have a problem. We don't want to be putting out a message that says, hey, do you ever feel like when you're running upstairs, you're running out of breath? Do you ever look at a plate of food and think, actually, what is this doing to my body? Do you ever, feel, that you're not happy with how you feel in yourself? All this. We're not going to go out with a message like that. We're trying to convince someone that they have a problem. Have you ever experienced this in your life? Have you ever tried to convince a friend of yours or a family member that they have a problem? It's not going to go well, right? Unless someone has a realization themselves that they have an issue or that they have a problem, they're always going to be resistant. It's going to, your feedback and your thoughts and your advice is going to fall on dead ears. They have to realize it themselves. They have to work up this timeline off their own back, okay? So now here's the flip side. The people that we want to target are up this end of the timeline. And this is where the title of this video comes in, how to target the buyers in any industry online. And that statement is true because we're only going to target the people on the top end of the industry. This is the people that are most desperate to find a solution to their problem. They've tried things before that haven't worked. They've spent money on themselves. They've invested in their weight loss journey. They've got the personal trainers, but that didn't quite work. They've invested in the right types of foods, but they didn't quite get a handle on the diet. They've been trying to lose weight and get in shape for months or even years, and it's still not quite clicking, but they're not giving up. They're still looking for a solution. They're in a place where they are very, very aware of the problem that they've got. They're dead set on finding a solution. They're desperate to get into a better place in their life. These people, the top end of the timeline, are perfect customers, or at least far better than the bottom half. They're easier to convert. They're more likely to convert to become a customer or a client. And what's most important is they're more likely to actually get the outcome that they want. They're actually more likely to follow your training when they buy it or follow your coaching when they sign up because they're at the top end of the timeline, okay? So now this only begs, the last question that this begs is, well, how do we target these people and not these people? Is it a type of audience that we target with our YouTube ads? Is it a type of audience that we target with our Facebook ads? Are we using keywords? What are we doing here? No, not doing any of that stuff. The way that we are targeting these people is purely by what we are saying, okay? When we put out, let's just say it's a video ad, because I do a lot of YouTube ads in this space. Let's say it's a video ad, right? So I've put together a video. I am not going to be saying in this video, like the example I gave before, hey, have you ever felt like you're walking upstairs and you're getting out of breath, or you've ever thought, hey, perhaps I'm not putting the right food in my body, it's actually going to help me. Hey, should I be feeling this uncomfortable in myself? Is this normal? If you're having those feelings, perhaps we're not doing that, because that would connect with these people. They'd be going, yeah, perhaps I do think that, but they're not far enough up yet. We don't want to speak to them. What we're going to do is we're going to create a message that only speaks to these people. So we're going to say something in our ad along the lines of, hey, just real quick, if you have been on your weight loss journey now for months or even years and you're still not where you want to be, right? You know you want to feel more confident, you know you want to be fitter than you are right now, but every time you step foot in the gym, you have no idea how to use the equipment. You've tried every diet in the book and nothing is working, and you're starting to lose hope, right? You're just looking for that way to blah, 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 blah. Well, I've got the solution, right? Coming with a message like that is going to resonate with these people because the things that you are saying is going to connect with them, and it is not going to connect with these people, okay? It's all in messaging. This is a big thing that we take our clients through, right? It's one of our foundational things in marketing. We've talked about this a lot, where you've got, let's say, a sales funnel. Let's say these are the pages in your funnel that leads to someone signing up and giving you some money. People think that the sales funnel is the thing that actually gets the results. It's not. There's something going on top of that. We'll put M for messaging. right? The message that is going on this funnel and in this funnel, in your copy, on your pages, the things you're saying, the things you're doing, it's the messaging that actually fuels the success of the funnel. And there's something that fuels the messaging, which is understanding. U for understanding. Understanding the person that you're trying to target. Once we identify who it is we want to target and we understand where they're at in their journey, now we can create a message that speaks to them, that fuels our sales funnel, actually gets results. Okay, messaging is so important. That's the timeline of your ideal customer or client, and that's how you target mainly the buyers in your market, and at least the better customers. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, by the way, if you're interested in working with me and my team and us coaching you through this entire process of how to identify your ideal customer, how to build a sales funnel that converts, and then how to turn on traffic. If you want to work with me and my team in a coaching environment for an extended period of time, I'll leave a link below me here in the description box and a top comment to a video that just gives a bit of information on the coaching that we offer and the ability to apply for some coaching if that would feel like a good fit. So go ahead and do that, and we look forward to speaking with you about that. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the bell notification. We put out a couple new videos like this every single week. And finally, if you did find this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button on this video, leave me a comment. I love reading through all of those, and I will see you in a future video. Take care.